Hello, let's review another essential interview question. What is a pivot table and how to build one? Pivot table is a powerful Excel tool that lets you quickly summarize, compare, and analyze large amount of data without writing a single formula. You can count items, find averages, spot trends, and even create charts just by dragging and dropping fields. Let's imagine you're working with a large data set, similar to what I have here. My data is sample of e-commerce marketplace sales data, where you can find date, order numbers, sellers and brand names, product names, numbers, categories, prices, units sold, price method, shipping addresses, city, province, and tax data, and probably a lot more. Looking at this dataset is hard to analyze performance and summarize different fields. That's where the pivot table comes to help. Let's go on and create a new pivot table step by step. So the first thing is you have to be sure that the data you have is clean. There is no blank rows and no clear headers, and there is only one type of data in each column. Then you will have to select your data. So if you've created already a table, you can click anywhere and the table will be selected as your data. But if you have data in a range, you need to navigate to A1 and select the whole range to the top. Next step will be navigate to Insert tab and select Pivot Table. From here we can see the range is displayed as marketplace sales data. This is the table name, and you get to choose where to see the pivot table, on a new worksheet or on existing worksheet. As we have already a worksheet, we will select this and navigate to the cell where we want our pivot table to display. So let's click here, and now on the right hand side you can see the pivot table fields, which will be our table columns, and you can start select them, dragging and dropping them in the 4 quadrants here in the filter column row or value. Our first table is daily number of orders by payment method, so we can drag the date field and put it into, let's select it actually, and it automatically will be added to the rows. So next thing is we need to add the value of orders. So let's grab this and add it here, and it's automatically added as count of customer orders. And the next thing is we have to find the payment method. So we can search, find your payment method, and drag it to the columns. So now you can see we have 4 different columns for credit card, gift card, pay with points, PayPal, and then we get to see the grand total, and at the bottom as well by months. So you can open the fields here, the lines, and get to see the dates. You can select from the selection only days to see only months or the dates. So let's try removing the months parent and removing the date as well, and now you can see the original date format in this pivot table. That was pretty easy and quick. You can update your formatting, change the design by using the design here. You can make other updates by adding slicers, time frame, etc. For our next example, as we're going to use the same data source, we can simply copy the previous pivot table and paste it in the place where we want to see the new one, and start updating the fields. So we'll remove date and we'll remove the payment method, but we can leave the number of orders. So let's find orders and revenue by province. So let's find the address, and the province will be under state, and the next one is amount, and we will have sum. So for this sum we need to change the setting, so we'll go to the number format and change this to currency, remove the 2 decimal places, and okay, you can go and replace your labels. So this will be name province, the second will be number of orders, and let's rename this to revenue. So now the province is ordered alphabetically, but if you want to see which province is with a higher number of orders or higher number of revenue, you can simply navigate to the more sort options and select whether you want ascending or descending and which field do you want to use for your sorting option. Click OK, and now the provinces are ordered based on the revenue, which is similar to the orders as well. In our last example, we'll see how to find the top 10 brands by number of orders. So again, we're using the same data, so I'll copy and remove the shipping address, and we can keep the revenue. Let's find the brands and move our brands to the top. You can see the number of brands is huge, so let's navigate and find which 10 brands, and this is where we will find them. We have to add the filters, so let's see, top 10 is at the bottom. You can change 10 to 20 if you want, and now you have to select what do you want to use, whether revenue or orders. As we have it by orders, let's try doing it by orders, and you get the top 10 by orders, right? But they're not sorted, so let's sort them Z to A, I guess, or again we need to see how do you want to sort them, by descending I would say, and orders. There you go. Now that you know what pivot tables are and how to make them, you can start using them in your data analysis, dashboards and presentations. For more quick Excel tips, hit like, subscribe and check out our pivot chart tutorial next. Got any interview questions? Drop them in the comments. Thank you for watching.